हाथ विपत्ति हो जाए।
Thank you, Shailendra, for joining me with those insights. Shifting focus now, US President Donald Trump has announced that he is increasing tariffs on Canadian goods by an additional 10% in response to a Canadian advertisement featuring late US leader Ronald Reagan. The moves comes just 2 days after Trump ended all trade talks with Canada, criticizing what he called a fake campaign. On his Truth Social platform, Trump stated, and I quote, "This advertisement was to be taken down immediately, but they let it run last night during the World Series, knowing that it was a fraud. Because of their serious misrepresentation of the facts and hostile act, I am increasing the tariffs on Canada by 10% over and above what they are paying now." I am joined by my colleague Brian Thomas. Brian, how significant are these 10% tariffs on the Canadian economy, especially in the key sectors like auto, steel, and aluminum?
Well, yes, if we reiterate what US President Donald Trump said, rather he announced an additional 10% tariff on Canadian imports, citing that he described as fraudulent advertisement, featuring even Ronald Reagan that aired during that World Series that was happening. And not only that, he clearly stated that Ronald Reagan loved tariffs for purposes of national security and the economy, but Canada said that he didn't. And not only that, Trump also said that the advertisement was supposedly to be taken down immediately, yet they allowed it to air again last night during the World Series. And now several Canadian goods, and that is what even Trump wrote on his Truth Social, that he has increased tariffs on Canada by 10% over and above what they are paying now. And not only that, he said that currently several Canadian goods already face heavy US. So one would be 35% on a range of products. That speaks about 50% on steel and aluminium, and even 10% on energy. Trump did not even specify which categories would be affected by the new tariff changes. But yes, the president went on to accuse Canada of attempting to sway opinion deceptive means. Yes.
Brian, additionally, do you think that this move could strain ties between US and Canada as well? All right, so Canada is the only G7 country that has not reached a trade deal with the United States since Donald Trump began seeking to charge steep tariffs on goods from major trading partners. The US has already imposed a 35% levy on all Canadian goods, though most are exempt under an existing free trade agreement. It has also slapped sector-specific levies on Canadian goods, including a 50% levy on metals and 25% on automobiles. All right, I am joined by my colleague Brian once again on the telecast. Brian, US has now put 10% additional tariffs on Canada. Do you think this move is expected to strain the already fragile US-Canada ties?
And not only that, President Trump was always very harsh on Canada. And not only that, the president went even on to accuse Canada of attempting to sway opinion through deceptive means, suggesting the advertisement was an attempt to influence a potential Supreme Court review of trade disputes. And the controversy, also a major controversy that follows Trump's decision on Saturday also to cancel a planned meeting with Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney just before departing the White House for his very Asia summit. And when asked by the media also, and we were asking them questions also, he intended to meet Carney during the visit, and Trump responded bluntly that no, he doesn't have any plans to do so. And this is this fragile relation that was always very fragile is also taking a dip at this point of time when Trump has announced additional 10% tariffs on Canadian goods itself. Yes.
All right, Brian, stay on with me now. US President Donald Trump has reiterated that